Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne doing the mid-September reading for everyone with their sun, moon, and ascendant in Leo. Basically, I'm trying to get all through all the signs today, so bear with me. Some of my videos have been longer than others, but doesn't mean I care more about one than the other. Leos, you guys are important to me too, so if this ends up being shorter, there's still a lot of love there, okay? And, thank you guys for your really sweet remarks. You Leos have been awesome. All the signs really have been awesome. And, if you want a private reading with me, feel free to email me at elizabetholson31@gmail.com. Okay, so I'm just going to get right to it, see what's happening for you guys. This is taking the place of my September 14th daily reading. All right. So it looks like you guys have come to a place. This is where we start off. You guys have come to a place, you females, okay? And if you're a guy, male Leo, this is somebody in your life that has gotten to this place where it feels like a dead end. You don't know where to go next. You don't know whether to... What you need to do is take a leap of faith, but it's not really that card. You're stuck in indecision. So the thing is, the question is, should you continue? Where do you go from here? How do you progress? And if you do progress, what is that path going to look like? And the thing is, unfortunately, this is a card of venturing out on your own. This is not you, the cat that stays at home. This is you, the cat, and maybe with your cat, going elsewhere, paving your own way, taking the road less traveled, which is what I posted it for the Robert Frost poem in one of my other videos. It could have been for you guys. I think it was just in my daily video. But basically, yeah, taking the road less traveled, meaning if this girl were to step off here in a magical land, the road is going to be created. It'll magically appear. She doesn't realize that it will magically appear. Now, I'm not saying for you guys to go walk off a cliff, okay? That is a literal translation of what I'm saying, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to focus on the metaphorical translation here of what this is like, what is going on in your life to get you to this point. Getting to the point of not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go, not knowing how to proceed maybe in a situation or a relationship. This to me is like life direction. This is like not having an inner compass or even having somebody else help you. This is feeling like you're alone in this decision, and you are not alone in this decision. Ultimately, you're going to have to pave the way for yourself, and you're going to have to do something that maybe somebody else hasn't done. But Leos are quite creative, Leos are the creative signs, so Leos can really make something big, if they choose to take that magical step, I'm actually thinking, it's funny I'm thinking about this, I watched that show, Once Upon a Time, and there's a lot of, magical characters, fairy tale characters, and obviously, you're all familiar with Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. And Dorothy has these magical slippers. And you'll appreciate this, Leo, because you love fashion, Basically, what you need to do, Leo, is put on your magical red slippers and click your heels. Click, click. And you'll be taken to, to a magical place. And it'll help you make this happen. It's kind of like when Dorothy put on those slippers, she could do anything, okay? And, for ladies who are you in fashion, put on some really good shoes, And when you go out, shoes that make you feel really good about yourself, that make you feel confident, okay? And go out and make it big. Whatever it is that you want to do, that you've been thinking about, that maybe you haven't decided on, make it big. This is like, starting your own business. This is doing something for yourself that is maybe hasn't been done before, Maybe you want to invent something. You want to create something, Maybe you want to make, it would be kind of cool if there was there probably already is, but like a shoe company that's just Dorothy's Shoes, that's all red shoes. Maybe you have the little red shoe company, or something like that. Maybe you've always been obsessed with shoes and you want to design shoes. You want to be the fashion designer. There isn't going to be a way that's paved for you to do that. Obviously, you can follow in another fashion designer's footsteps, but ultimately you're going to have to do your own thing. It's about doing your own thing. And literally God is watching you. Do it. Got this other in the same position for another one of my signs. So God is really I think really empowering people to do things that maybe to change and to do things that maybe they're not comfortable doing, to push the boundaries of what your status quo is. It's no longer status quo energy, okay? The words status quo need to be shrunk and tossed, forever, okay? You may have somebody in your life, I feel like this is somebody in your life, this could be you being very stubborn, but this is somebody in your life that's blocking you or doesn't want you to go and do it. They want you to stay home and sit on the couch and be like everybody else. When the energy is God saying, go do it. Start your own company. What are you waiting for? Make the choice. In the past, you may have, this is the magician. You may have met the magician. And, or you may have thought you met the magician, because the magician can be sometimes like Mr. Right. And this Capricorn person may have just recently broken your heart. You might have met them and broken up with them, because we got this hurting card, Swan, who's been killed. So this is you at the actually right now in this moment, and this is a very hard card, because literally the Swan has been done in 3 different ways. So it may not have just been one person that hurt you. It could have been 3 people that hurt you, or between 1 and 3 people. But literally, there's hurt feelings. At least, the 3 hurt feelings. You're feeling pain, you're feeling suffering, you're feeling loss. You may be feeling physically too, you're not well. You may be, maybe feeling kind of sick recently. And I'm sorry to hear that that's the case for you Leos. But Leos, I think it's just more emotional pain. Just feeling really just lost. You could have lost somebody too. This is also, the word loss is really sticking in my mind. So somebody may have just passed away that you love. I'm hearing lost a child. You may have lost a child, which is also terrible. Just terrible. Oh. And you're really, this is the future. This is immediate future. What's right around the corner is you're really going to be the Queen of Pentacles, who is actually the mother. So if you've lost a child, you actually may become pregnant again. So much grief there. So much grief. Just terrible grief. I don't know. Some of you, whoever's watching this, you know who you are. And this is just so much grief. And so the thing is, you're going to be so happy because you're going to be, maybe pregnant, or maybe, you're focusing on your children. This is a mother who is really focusing on their children and who really loves their children. So you may be a mother already, and maybe, something happened in the family or someone hurt you in some way. And but this is what's around the corner, and this is happier times. Okay, so I want you to look forward to this. This is prosperity, happiness, can indicate pregnancy. This is giving and receiving gifts, feeling the love, and I was just drinking yerba mate earlier, and this is a day, making tea, feeling happy in the afternoon. This is like a day card where you're feeling sometime during the day really good. So I feel like, in a way, you've gone through some kind of trauma, some kind of death, some situation with death, and there is this sense of life, It's that feeling like, and it's so cliche, but it's like feeling like, after somebody passes away, and you get so wrapped up in the grief, and it's really hard to focus on life, on your own life, and but you're gonna get that. You'll get that back. You do get that back. Okay, so we also have your emotions. So there's so many different, like we have the low here, and then we have the high here. So it is quite a very interesting time for you, Leos, because this is like emotional pain, suffering, and loss. And then in the future, this is like emotional happiness and success. This is actually this is the place of your emotions. So maybe you're looking for Mr. Right. Maybe emotionally you want Mr. Right. You're looking for a partner. You're the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you've been single and you're thinking you're looking for motherhood. You want to be a mother, and you're looking for Mr. Right, and these two go together. So that's what you want. And it's also success too. There's Leos seem to always make it big. Eventually, maybe in the beginning, their lives may be more challenging, but later they always somehow make it big. And if they may not always be able to sustain that level of success. It may come in little spurts or big spurts, or it might just get to a point and then plateau their success. But usually they make it big. And so I feel like this is success. I mean, this is definitely success. You're going to have success, but it's going to come through your own hard work. You may be the boss, your own boss. Again, starting your own company. I feel very strongly that that's what it is. You may be working very, very hard right now because the spider is a hard worker. But also, your creativity. Now is the time to be creative. Now is the time to come up with that company or that project that hasn't been done before and making it amazing. And you'll succeed at it. Whatever it is that you choose, you will succeed. And it's interesting because we have, to me, this is more the death card than the actual death card. And then because this is the death card. So I feel like we've got the death card and we've got the rebirth card. And they're interesting because they're both birds. So your attitude is going to change. You're in for a real attitude change. There's something that's going to happen. That if it hasn't happened now, it's going to happen, in the last 2 weeks of September, where, you go through a transformation. You feel like emotionally you change, or you deal with some form of death. There is some form of death that I feel like you're going to be dealing with. It's just major change, major shift. This is day, and this is night. This is night, day. Okay. So there's some big shift that you're gonna feel in the end of September. It's coming, And you're going to be different. You know, when you go through this, you're going to feel different. This card is you know, the Phoenix. You know, in a way, this bird probably doesn't remember what it was like before. The bird only knows what it's like now. Because, okay, think about it. The bird burns up, and there's just ashes. And then when the energy creates a new bird, the bird doesn't remember. There's an element of like reincarnation. Whatever it is that you're going through, it's very karmic, okay? It's very karmic. You may be going through like a very karmic time where like in your past life, this was the contract. This is part of your contract. Something that you like agreed to do when you came here. Something you agreed to go through, even though it's really hard. And I feel like this is what it is. Even though it's really, really hard and it's causing you pain, just know that it's something that you chose. And you chose it because you knew that you would be strong enough to handle it. You would be strong enough. It is a major, big change. And, you know, it's weird because we got this as the outcome for one of the other signs. I can never remember. I think it was the Pisces reading. The outcome is this Aries woman. I think of her as the Aries woman because she's got the horns. You know, it doesn't have to be an Aries woman. But she is... the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is very, very smart. I almost think that there may be like some kind of blending of a family because she's got this fox next to her and then there's other foxes in this other little home. So I feel like it's going to be maybe a blended family. You know, maybe this woman that you meet, if you're single, Leo, and you meet this woman, if you're a guy, you're going to meet this female who may have a child already, but you may also have 2 children. So you're going to blend together and form this little family. And you're going to be very wealthy, actually. It's going to create like mutual wealth. This woman gets what she wants, you know. She's a musician. She can be a musician. She plays the harp. She plays some kind of string instrument if it's not the harp. She can sometimes come off as being like a female player. So Leos, watch out. You may be dealing with a female player, which would be kind of fun for you, actually, after all dealing with all this heavy stuff. You know, because it's kind of a rough ride right now for you guys. You guys are going through some major stuff. It's interesting because Cancers, you know, the only other reading that I did that I feel like is just as intense is the Cancers that I just did. Maybe it's just because Cancers, sign-wise, are so close to the fire and they're going to get burned. See, that's what is happening. You know, I think maybe for you Leos it's the same thing. You know, we're still close to August. That's the fire, right? And in September we're close, and in July we're close. It's the Cancers, the Leos, and the Virgos that'll probably have the most difficult time, I think, in September. Not to say that other signs don't have challenges, because you do. I mean, there's other people that have other blocks and things that they need to look out for. And other changes, you know, this is a time of great change, great instability that leads to stability, okay, eventually. But I think you're going to be, you got the mother and father, so there may actually be something going on with your parents. That's very positive, actually. There may be money coming in, support from your parents somehow. You may be very close to your mom, or you may be very close to your dad, or both. The energy, I like that the energy that's coming towards you is very supportive. The spider is also, just thought came to me, the spider is also promotion, too. Money, you know, money that you're getting through promotion or a raise. you know. This is the boss, you know, this is the manager that gets promoted to the next level, you know. This is, you know, money through your own hard work, and that's coming towards you, which I like to see, because that means you're going to feel rewarded, you know, for what you've done. And that's really the end of what I see here, Leos. I will be back again for my September reading for my daily horoscopes, and then I'll also be doing October's in probably a week or so, maybe a little bit sooner than that, depending on how much time I have tomorrow. I haven't even eaten really today, but because I do this, I love doing this, and you know, you guys have been so great. So thanks again, and I wish you all the best. Big hugs, big kisses, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thank you.